Alright, so now you've seen how to go from a PMF to a CDF, but what they'll also ask you is they'll give you a CDF that looks like this in a different format than you're used to. And what you'll need to do is you'll need to figure out what the PMF is off of this CDF, so basically going in reverse. So in order to do that, we need to first understand what the hell all this means. So this is a CDF, right? This is a big f of x, so that's how you know it's a CDF, because big f of x always means CDF. So right here it says that if x is less than 4, then the probability of that is 0. So what you can infer from this is that your first possible value is going to be 4, because it says that x can equal 4 here, and it's going to be a probability of 0.3. So that means that any number before 4 does not exist. So when you make your chart, you know that you're looking for a PMF, so x, and then you're going to have a little f of x to represent your PMF. So this x is going to be 4, because we know that x can equal 4. There's an equal sign here. And it says that the probability of 4 is going to be 0.3, so we start with that. Now, we know it's not 6 because it says it doesn't equal 6 right here. It says it's less than 6. So what it's saying is that from the range 4 to the range 6, but not including 6, all those numbers in between have a probability of 0.3. So here we have something else, and now this is where the interpretation and understanding of a CDF comes into play. So you know that a CDF is the cumulative effort, the cumulative probability of, in this case, 6. So when it says x can equal 6, it's saying that it's 6 or less is equal to 0.7, right? Because this is a CDF, and that is the definition of a CDF. So knowing that the probability 6 and less is 0.7, well, you know that the previous possibility was 0.3 and had a probability of 0.3, and that was at 4. So we know this will be 6, but now figuring out this number, the answer is not 0.7 for the PMF. You know that you want to get rid of the probability of anything that came before this 6. So what you'll do is you take 0.7 minus the 0.3, and you'll get 0.4. So this is the probability of 6 occurring. If you use 7, that is not the probability of 6 occurring. The 0.7 again is the probability of 6 and less occurring. So there's a difference there. So now we go on, it says less than 8, so you're over here, you know that x can equal 8 here, so that'll be your next x value. And it says the probability of 8 and less is 1.0. So that must be your last possible value. So 8 must have a probability of 0.3, because if you take the 1.0 and you subtract the 0.7, you get 0.3. Right there. And you know that you're right, because when you add these up, you get 1.0. And that means all your PMFs have to add up to 1.0, so that means you're right. So this right here, if you add these two numbers together, you would get this 0.7, and if you added all three of these numbers together, you get this 1.0. So that's how you would figure out how to solve a PMF in the reverse, going from a CDF to a PMF.